welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Roxanne, the Tiny Taster, and today's recipe is Parsi style Leela Lasan Akuri. Now, one of the most popular recipes on my channel is my Parsi style Akuri. There are actually three types of Akuri. This is the second one. This is Leela Lasan Akuri. Perhaps I'll do a video on the third one, but that's for later. Leela Lasan is green garlic. You only get it in the winter, so it is a seasonal dish and it is quite simple and quick and easy to make. It is a Parsi style scrambled egg. I'll leave a link down in the description for my original Akuri as well and the written recipe for this entire one. I hope you enjoy this as much as I do. It is a childhood favorite, and if you do, as always, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to the channel. Without any further ado, let's get cooking.
Now the hero for this dish is of course the green garlic. This is what fresh green garlic looks like. In some places it will look like small thin spring onions, but this is what it looks like in Mumbai and most of Maharashtra. You will chop away most of those long pisty roots and you will use the bulb and of course the stalk as well. There's just so much flavor in that. So I like to chop this, I like to give it a rough chop, but if you don't like chunks of garlic, then please make sure to chop it finely. And I keep the stalk separate and the bulb separate. For this recipe, it's simple ingredients: some chopped coriander, chopped green chilies, eggs, and of course the green garlic. So we begin by heating a pan. To that I've added a little bit of butter and some olive oil just so that the butter doesn't burn, but mainly this is cooked in a lot of butter. To that I add in all the green garlic, but I've just added the bulbs first. I mean, it doesn't really matter. You can of course add the green stalks as well, but I just did it in batches so that it's easier. I cooked this for a couple of minutes, just maybe 1 or 2 minutes, and then it'll start to turn fragrant. And then at this point I'll add in my chopped green chilies because I definitely want the chilies to cook completely. I don't want them to be raw, otherwise it might get a little spicy and I don't really want that. And then once it's been cooking for a couple of minutes, as you can see, I've also added in the stalks. I just didn't film that. You can add it together or later, doesn't really matter. And you'll keep cooking this mixture just so that the garlic isn't raw and the chilies aren't raw either, and it'll start to get really fragrant and you'll smell that freshness of the garlic, and that's when you know that this is pretty much cooked. Now I've used 2 eggs. Actually, I think you should use 3 for the amount of garlic that I've used over here, but really the choice is yours, 2, 3. I just wanted to eat 2. So I scrambled them really nicely and I've added to this some salt and pepper just so that it's seasoned. And then to my mixture, whilst my pan was still on, actually I should have maybe turned it off, but make sure that you cook this on a low flame because eggs scramble really fast. So if your pan is a little bit cool, then that's great, but if it was hot like mine, make sure to lift your pan off the stove and then you will just scramble your eggs and cook this. Most of the time when we make Akuri, we do this because eggs are so sensitive to heat. You'll see it in my previous video of my traditional Parsi Akuri. We lift the pan off the flame, scramble the eggs a little bit, then put it back on the flame. I mean, it's not rocket science. This is pretty much how everyone makes runny scrambled eggs because of course this is not a bhurji. We don't want it to be clumpy and overcooked, or rather completely cooked. We want it to be a little bit runny, so you'll keep lifting it off the pan and just keep whisking and stirring. It's actually a little tricky to film this as well, especially if you're a one-man show like me, but I got it done. Again, lift off the pan and you'll see it started to come together. Little bits are a bit runny. What you see is that excess butter, which is why I think you should have added 1 more egg. I think you would have done perfectly, but nevertheless you see the runny bits over here. This is when it's starting to cook. So at this stage I don't want to keep it on the flame anymore. I just switch off the flame because it will keep cooking with the heat of the pan. And then I add a little bit more of the stalks, the green bits of the green garlic, because it has so much flavor, and of course your coriander as well. I don't think you really need that much coriander, but you know, can't hurt. So if you have extra of the garlic stalks, add it in. You can garnish it later. This is pretty much it. You just quickly plate it. This is not a recipe that takes a lot of time for fancy plating because for sure the eggs will overcook. As you can see here, there is some extra runniness. That's actually just extra butter because I was 1 egg less, but I didn't mind because I mopped this up with nice hot toast or bread. And here you have it. That's it. This is the simplest, quickest, most delicious winter recipe. I have just added extra garnish, some chopped coriander, and of course more green garlic stalks just because I had them. And that's it. This is my lovely Leela Lasan or green garlic ni Akuri. It is a dish that is made with the Parsi community every time winter comes, and you get this lovely garlic. You'll even see it on some wedding menus, which is great fun. I hope you've enjoyed this. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys very, very soon.